Good evening, everybody. This is Augusta Williams Jr., poet writer, and this is the Reader's Theater. Today is June the 21st, 1920, Father's Day. And happy Father to everybody that's a father. You can see that my parents are deceased, and I'm standing here by the grave next to my father, Augusta Williams Senior. And I wrote a poem for him many years ago, for Father's Day. And this is the poem I wrote, and I call it Ode to Dad. I wrote many poems, but this is one of my favorite ones. And it goes, Ode to Dad. Long before the sun will rise, he will be gone. And long after the sun was set, he still work on. Head of the house and father of the home. To Mother, Augusta, Dale, Joanne, Michael, and Ronald Williams, we counted on him to stay strong. 33 years and 8 grandchildren later, that format never changed. 6 more great-grand and 8 great-great-grand, and a golden anniversary added to that range. And his format still remains the same. A great steward to his God, his church, and his family. That routine will forever sustain. And for the community, he did what always he could do. He could. And as work ordained him as the economic stems of the neighborhood. Things weren't always perfect, but we are glad to have Augusta Williams Senior to stand as our dad. Long, long before the sun will rise, he will be gone. Long after the sun was set, he still worked on. I wrote that 15 years ago. On this day, he was still alive. We had a big Father's Day celebration for him. I wrote many poems towards my dad. That's my favorite one. And Mama planned a big celebration. And this was the poem, Ode to Dad. And I'd like to wish everybody a happy Father's Day, because this poem represents all fathers. I guess good or bad fathers. Nothing to say. Forgive me, I'm still recovering from my stroke, and it's hot today. It's peaceful. And I'd like to close to everybody. Happy Father's Day. I had to get out of the sun. It was getting to me, so I found this little shade tree right across from my parents' grave, right over there. My wife filming me. I'd like to elaborate more on who my father was. He was one of the first employees of Martin Marietta way back in the 50s. He was hired along. First from Martin Marietta, I think Reverend Buggs was second. They was hired together, but he was the mail runner for Martin Marietta. He ran the mail to the office that was in Cocoa Beach. They had an office, and they had the warehouse out there on Cape Kennedy. I think it was in the VAV building, and the main branch was in Orlando, and he ran the mail between them. The reason I called him the economic stimulus of the neighborhood is he ran a number of business on top of that: laundromat, a store, a restaurant, a grass cutting business, and a cleaning business. And they had the first contract to the post office to watch the mail trucks for the local post office, Cocoa Post Office. And he would hire a lot of all of us helped him, but he also hired a lot of people from the neighborhood, boys, and kept them out of trouble. Many people told me stories that your father kept me out of trouble, and then we didn't have to steal. We just find Mr. Williams. Our mother would say, find Mr. Williams. And one particular friend said, I wanted to take my girl to the movies. She wanted to go to the movies, but I said, I don't have the money. And she stated, you better find Mr. Williams and jump on his truck. And I want to go to the movies tonight. And so I went with Mr. Williams, and what was nice about it, he paid daily. Work with him, he paid you daily, and you didn't have to worry about no eating, because he fed everybody. He either had a big picnic, or we went to Crystal's or somewhere and ate, and it was on him. So that's why I say he really helped the neighborhood. And I remember grown men saying, you know, when I was behind on my rent, I would find Mr. Williams and work with him that week, on the weekend, or else take leave off and work with him and pay my rent. Because your daddy paid good, and sometimes he paid extra when he shouldn't, because he knew we needed it. And I'd like to thank your father. I'm going to miss him for that. And there's a lot of stories I can tell about my father, who he met, who he knew, but it would take an hour or a series or a weekly series every night to tell what my father and the accomplishments my father and my mother did. My mother was also the first executive secretary Martin Mayer ever had, and she was over the Cape office in Orlando, and the one Vandenberg, she was over that. And her boss was the administrator over all that, so she was his secretary. And before that, she worked on a project called Skylab. She was a secretary there that had worked on Skylab. And I'm talking ancient history. Some of y'all new people don't even know what that is. But Cape Kennedy, Florida, they worked there all their lives. And my father retired there. My mother worked there till she had a stroke, and she had to retire on medical. But she was top of the line there. You know, they said we're gonna miss Miss Williams. Her position can be refilled, but never replaced. And I'm just going to end it here because my wife says it's only 15 minutes to talk. But I should show documents and stuff, but I ain't gonna get into that. I just tell the story of my parents. I'm sure everybody got a great story to tell about their parents. So as I end my blog, I'd like to end with Happy Father's Day.